Yes, hello and welcome to Wollongong for the National Premier League's final series as the Wollongong Wolves from Football New South Wales tackle Capital Football's Canberra Olympic. Two sides that couldn't turn a premiership into a championship this season, both seeing disappointment in the finals, crashing out in straight sets. The road to some redemption, though, and a national title. It starts this afternoon. Adam Santarossa here with you in commentary. Let's look at the lineups. Start with the home side, the Wollongong Wolves, and Justin Passfield is in goals. He captains the side as well. Taylor McDonald, Nikola Georgievich, Chris Price, Thomas James, Brendan Griffin, Harry Callahan, Nicholas Littler, Guy Knight, James Stoshchevsky and Lachlan Scott complete the starting side. Substitutes today for the Wolves, Luke Careys, Liam Will, Buljuach, Takeru Akada, a star surprisingly on the bench today, and Stefan Demoski, the goal scorer in that semi-final against Apia. Interesting to see if he gets some game time today. He was preferred in that game to start for Lachlan Scott, but Luke Wilkshire decided to change things today. For Canberra Olympic, though, Rory Larkin in goal for them, Tim Bobolas, Andrei Janshevsky, Lasse Ulrich, Nick Faust, Nick Popovich returns after being suspended in their preliminary final defeat to Gongalan. Kofi Danning, Michael Reeve, Nathan Mejic will captain the side as well. Stefan Dominici, he's their star man up forward, and Jay Kelly completes the starting side for Canberra Olympic. The substitutes today, James Christies, Sean Pateman, Amir Adam, Eli Darwich and Michael Piccolo. Both sides do have some firepower on the bench. Will they need to turn to them here today? Time will tell, of course. We need a winner in the 90 minutes. If we don't find it, we'll go to extra time and penalties. Captain's about to toss the coin. Adrian Arndt is our man in charge of this one. Very experienced referee, not only in these competitions, but also the A-League as well. And Nathan Mejic wearing the armband today for Canberra Olympic. I mentioned the disappointment both are facing, given both finished as premiers at the end of the regular season in their competitions, but bounced straight out of the finals, didn't make the grand final. They want to right the wrong today. I spoke to Luke Wilkshire pre-game. Pretty happy with how the side's trained since that disappointment. And no injuries other than Darcy Madden to speak of, so more or less full strength for the Wolves. And no Capital Football side has ever defeated a Football New South Wales side in this competition, so a bit of history will have to be rewritten for Canberra Olympic today. We are expecting a bit of a goal fest today. Both sides like to play attacking brand of football. They average a heap of goals a game, particularly Canberra Olympic. Strap yourselves in here in Wollongong. Quarter-final of the NPL final series underway. Wollongong Wolves and Canberra Olympic. Imagine there will be some nerves around. Wollongong have stayed busy in recent weeks against A-League opposition. Speaking of the A-League, Kofi Danning, former A-League star. Early touch for him. One way to steady the nerves for Canberra is perhaps an early goal as Danning goes searching for that, but Passfield, another experienced Wolf, he takes that one comfortably. Lachlan Scott surging for that one, but he's well beaten in the air by his opponent. Janshevsky, it was mopping up Ulrich, the defender. It's a good start for Canberra Olympic. They're getting the early touches. Kofi Danning, we know his pace down this right-hand flank. Now Faust likes to get forward, helped on by Jay Kelly. Nice from Canberra Olympic. Will it open up here? Dominici sniffing around in the area, gets checked. Thought that was a high foot perhaps on Nick Popovich. Heart's fluttering though in Wolves colours here at Albert Butler Memorial. Adrian Arndt was well placed though, and he waved the claims away. Here is Popovich. I mentioned he was suspended in the final series. Both he and Dominici are really the stars of Canberra Olympic, alongside Kofi Danning. That's why they score the goals they do. I'll get a throw here. Popovich, already you can see those classy touches and that combination between he and Dominici. We know both sides will be burning given the disappointment they faced. The Wolves were at the NPL New South Wales Awards night last Friday where they saw Apia celebrated as champions, and it'll be quite the rivalry next season. Apia felt they should be here representing Football New South Wales, but I think rightfully so. Premiers get that honour. Well done defensively by Nick Littler. Throw in will go to Canberra Olympic. Can't be kept in there by Brendan Griffin. Both Littler and Djordjevic nominated for Goal of the Year at those Football New South Wales Awards. Djordjevic, of course, won it with pretty special scorpion kick as they kept the napping defensively, and Jay Kelly almost steals in. Djordjevic with a scorpion. Nick Littler with a bullet too. Not bad from your centre-backs. Again, they're bodied off it. Bit slow to start here, the Wolves, although Popovic gets a second chance at it. Nice skill from the striker, trying to work onto his right. Now finds Danny. Good delivery here. Comfortable though, Taylor McDonald. Finds Passfield. Don't know that Luke Wilkshire is all too happy with start here from Wollongong. Already can see the silky skills of Nick Popovic. Larkin helps it forward. Well won by Dominici. Here's Danning. Tries to roll it to the feet of Kelly. They just look a little jilted at the moment, Wollongong. Bit out enthused in these opening moments. Here's Griffin. Space to pick a pass and find Thomas James. That's a delightful ball to pick out the Englishman. Will he go on his own or try to find Scott? He goes in that direction. They'll settle for a corner. So a nice movement from Wollongong. Golden boot, of course, in the NPL New South Wales. Thomas James, Player of the Year as well. Quite a debut season from the Englishman. Chance here for the Wolves at the set piece. Look for the height of Littler and Djordjevic. No one at the far post though. Find its way to Canberra Olympic. Popovic. Chris Price did enough to body him off the ball. Djordjevic. Price has to hurry. Popovic giving away the free kick. There's a strong breeze going across the ground here from an easterly direction, so we'll assist Wollongong a little bit in this first half. Not the warmest here in Wollongong either, but I don't think Canberra Olympic would be too phased with that. Certainly know something about the cool conditions. Here's James fighting, win a throw. That'll be a battle to watch between he and Lasse Ulrich. Scott looking to turn on the area. Has had some injury concerns at the back half of the year, but you know his potency in front of goal. Here's Danning. Still got that pace. It's got him back on the ball here. Well done in the end from Guy Knight to use his strength. Free kick. Offside, in fact. Lachlan Scott. I think Frank Cascio will be pretty happy with his start. His side. This could be his last game in charge of Canberra Olympic. After so much success in recent years, took them to an FFA Cup semi-final. 3 league titles in 4 years. Time to move on. And it could be his last 90 minutes with this side. Not if they win today, and they have started the better, you have to say. Here's Janchevsky. Pressure on here. Faust can't keep it in. NPL Final Series is also another chance to be in that shop window. A-League clubs are circling, still filling out their rosters. There's a few rumours circling around. NPL New South Wales in particular, that some players might be offered opportunities. Thomas James, a few weeks ago there was talk of the Mariners. I don't think that's quite alive as it once was, but you can bang some goals in this competition. It's another rather timely reminder. So too these Canberra Olympic players as Michael Reeve helps it forward. Certainly full of confidence today. Popovic thought his shirt was pulled. Haven't seen enough of Dominici on the ball so far. Golden boot in the capital football competition. It's Danning. Jinks his way past the couple, wins a free kick. So a chance now to test the Wolves' defence. They'll send their troops forward. Look for Nathan Medjic to get involved. It will be Danning to take. Whips it in. Can't beat the first defender though. Come all the way out to Reeve. He might have been sizing up something special. Bobblers tries it. Here's Danning. All the way back to Faust. Now Larkin certainly not overawed. Most people you spoke to going into this game thought the Wolves would do it rather easily, but certainly not looking that way in the opening moments here in Wollongong. Larkin thumps it long. Price and Djordjevic. Miscommunication. Works its way out though for the Wolves. Griffin. A couple of nice touches early from him. Djordjevic. Safety first long ball. Trying to find Scott. Does well under the pressure of Bobulus. Danning coming under close attention. So to this man, Thomas James fighting. Jay Kelly. Dominici too involved. James wins the free kick for Wollongong. They take it quickly. Littler helped it forward. Slavchevsky wanted the return pass. James, how about that touch? Janshevsky does the mopping up though for Olympic. Well, Thomas James, he has played in this competition previously. Has been sent off in this competition when playing against Blacktown City FC. He doesn't have the greatest history in the NPL final stage. Looking to write a different chapter today. An intriguing clash already, this one. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're joining us from. Adam Santarossa here with you. Again, that hustle of Canberra Olympic paying off. Griffin. James can't quite reel it in. Chases on though. Larkin wins it. Need to be sure of his pass to his teammate because he was a mile off his line if it went straight to a Wolves player. Here's Danning. Struggled to get him under wraps. So too this man, Popovic, once again gets in behind, although flags up. And they'll be thanking their lucky stars, the Wolves. Here's Griffin. James. Sport through the middle. Needed to give it earlier. Slavchevsky, the man who was streaming through the middle. Here's a healthy crowd here in Wollongong today. Good support from both sides. Going to drive up the highway for Canberra Olympic fans. Once again, just steering through midfield, and Passfield calmly watched that effort go by. Jay Kelly it was. Always makes you nervous when the keeper stops dead like that, but certainly the keeper of his experience knew wasn't going to force a save out of him. It's very good for the Wolves this year, Justin Passfield. Wasn't in the NPL New South Wales team of the season, which always conjures a lot of debate. A lot of people expected he would be there, but Carlos Saliadare, of course, winning goalkeeper of the year, that, as you'd expect, would win you the spot in the team of the year, but Passfield would have gone very close to it. Here's Danny. Can't keep it in, though. Here's Littler. Stovchevsky. They need to tighten up on him. He's found some room in midfield and finding a ball forward. Trying to hit James. Was he fouled? Adrian says yes. Could be a talking to here as well for Andrei Janchevsky. Perhaps free kick sufficient at this time, but it does present a chance, and they do have some exponents from this kind of range. I think Thomas James is going to pull rank here. Brendan Griffin is interested as well. So James goes into the area, trying to get ahead on this one. They go in that direction. Here's a chance. It was Nick Littler in the air. Often a target from the set piece, but just couldn't nod that one down and test the hands of Larkin, but it's a positive sign for Wollongong. Here is that man, Littler. Mentioned that bullet he scored against Rockdale early in the NPL New South Wales season. Real poacher from the set piece. Griffin, nice touch. Number 10 looks on today. Scott, a little slow in giving possession away. Canberra Olympic not happy with the free kick, and probably have to agree with them. Did come from behind, but did win the ball. One of those ones you see go each way. Not on Canberra Olympic side on that occasion. Here's James. Just lost his footing at the crucial time. Stochevsky, he loses the battle. Popovic in behind perhaps. Will the ball sit up for the striker? He's not going to give up the fight. Just a goal kick. And well done in the end by Nikola Djordjevic. Such a danger, Popovic. Every time he gets free, he's got those silky skills to just knock it past a lunging defender. So that one nearly joins our broadcast position. Scott. Callahan. Plenty of feeling in this one. Great vision again from Griffin. Taylor McDonald has James in support. Cuts it back to the striker here. First chance to see him inside the area. James came a touch off Scott. A bit too hot to handle for him, and in the end harmlessly out for a goal kick. Just that final third, they do look a little disjointed. Hasn't quite come together. Perhaps a bit of that sharpness lacking. They have had games since they were knocked out of the NPL New South Wales, but just friendlies and not always to the intensity of regular competition games. Fight on. Taylor McDonald winning that battle, but Janchevsky Wins it back for Canberra Olympic. In terms of the physical stakes, they're winning them at the moment. Delivery is in the direction of Popovic again, but too close to Passfield. Saw the back heel again from James. He's going to get a free kick, and a card's coming out too. The first of the day. And Janchevsky, the man, goes in the book, I should say, in fact, Lasse Ulrich. So he sees yellow. So presents another chance for Wollongong. Ulrich's got a bit of a tightrope to walk all of a sudden. Needed to be better, the delivery. Works its way out to James anyway. Price. Djordjevic can't reel that one in. Chance for Olympic to hit them the other way. Thomas James will know this opposition, of course. He was really a star in the Capital Football Competition 2018. He was Valeri Medal winner, Golden Boot, Player of the Year. Of course, followed that up, winning the NPL New South Wales Player of the Year and Golden Boot as well this season. But very familiar face to the Canberra Olympic defence, and he could be in behind here again. Scott looking to feed the striker. It's that combination, not quite singing as it has in the regular season so far today. Here is James. Touch too heavy on that occasion, but we've seen his sharpness on the ball a handful of times already. Didn't have the greatest influence on the NPL New South Wales final series, as many would have expected, given the season he had. Still a young Wolf side as well. Sometimes in finals particularly, an experience so crucial. Be such a lesson for Wollongong, but chance to right the wrongs, and Stavchevsky burns his way through here. It'll be a throw. He and Callahan really making their mark in midfield these last 5 or so minutes. So McDonald has the throw. He's Scott. Callahan links with McDonald. Bit of trickery from the defender. Can he get the cross in, or was he fouled in the end? He was fouled, in fact. Free kick starting to mount. Could be some more cards in the future of Canberra Olympic if they're not careful. Even in the opening goal, we saw that chance a little earlier on. Nick Littler headed over the bar. Watch for the Wollongong number 15 and Nikola Djordjevic as well. They'll be the targets. Big moment here for the Wolves to strike the opening goal. Promised you goals. Will we get our first here? Good delivery again. Taylor McDonald it was. Had it taken off his head. Here's James. Popovic making him work to keep it in. Price goes all the way back to Passfield. Scott may have been coming from an offside position, and it's a fight on here between Griffin and Obolus. Danny, nice to work their way out of trouble. Nathan Medjic composed in the middle of the park. Ian Janchevsky, real rocks in midfield, but as I say that, they turn it over. They can hit them the other way. Wollongong, McDonald. Does like to get forward and influence things from his wing-back position. Griffin. Guy Knight. Stojevski just slipping. Crucial time. Well, arriving here at the ground today. It's at my iPhone. It's at 100% chance of rain. We haven't had any just yet. There's a little bit of a silkiness to the pitch, given rain that we've experienced on the south coast in recent days. Has held up pretty well though. There's a fine surface. Price just trying to shepherd it from Danning. I think Danning may have won a corner. He has in fact. Well, I thought for a moment the linesman had flagged. Would like to see that one again. I'm probably with Kofi Danning on that one. Passfield says, I'll hand it back anyway. Popovic, he loses his footing. Crucial time. He's clocked off a little defensively at times here, Wollongong. Haven't paid the prices yet. Can Wollongong go up the other end and conjure something of their own? Here's Callaghan. Griffin being the Wolves' best so far. Callaghan buzzing about. Here's Littler. Taylor McDonald. James in front of him. Flag stays down. Support coming in the middle. Trying to hit one of them. Back to Griffin at the far post. Still there for the Wolves. Danger not over for Olympic. Lachlan Scott trying to work his way back to the right. Haven't tested Larkin. Why not? This far out from goal. Free kick will relieve all the pressure. Players just get tangled together. There is a bit of tension sort of simmering here in this one. Both are representing their competitions. They want to show that capital football probably needs a bit more respect than it's given at times from the football fraternity. Some real quality amongst them. And of course they are playing for an FFA Cup spot. The winner of the NPL Final Series will win an FFA Cup appearance, which would add to the 5 that Football New South Wales have. Just the 1 automatic place for capital football. There's plenty in Canberra that say there should be more. Point to prove today. Can they find the opening goal? Dominici shows his feet for the first time today. Popovic playing on. We know his silky skills. Goal scorer often this year, but trying to turn provider. Queuing up at the edge of the area. Magic helps it forward. Just a stab in the end. Not a bad idea. If you are just tuning into us, I should say. Adam Santarossa here with you. Wollongong Wolves 0. Canberra Olympic 0. Chance perhaps for the home side to strike something here. McDonald's delivery is great. Oh, it almost came for Scott. Evaded James as well. Take 2. They'll fire it back in the danger zone. Griffin showed his confidence. Well, Lachlan Scott took an age to get back to his feet. He could have been a target in the area. Chances at both ends. Well, I promised you a goal fest here today, given the weight of goals both scored this season, but often when I say that, I think I put the mock on things. 0-0 as it stands. If it does stay that way, we will go to extra time and penalties. Flag stays down. Jay Kelly catches the Wolves defence napping, but Littler did his job. Magic. Stolen off him. Guy Knight. James in behind here. Flag stays down. Last touch from Olympic. Can James make them pay? Works to his right. Goes down in the area. It's a ball and all tackle from Lasse Ulrich, and he needed to be perfect because he was on a yellow. James has stayed down, and Canberra are going to put the ball out. Well, Adrian Arndt was centimetres away. And the Wolves bench aren't happy with the challenge. From my view anyway, felt he got the ball. It was extremely risky, particularly when you're on a yellow, but you win the ball. And there's a bit of talk here on the Wolves bench between themselves and Canberra Olympic. Some of the players voicing their concern. James is to his feet, which is the positive in all of it. But prepared to back Adrian Hunt, who is well placed. Credit the tackle of Ulrich, although he's caught napping there. James, can he pull the trigger here? Jinking his way into the area. Had support. Goes on his own. Stoshchevsky. James. Chance again. Scott, nice work in the build-up. Across the face it goes. You can just sense they're a little rattled at the moment, Canberra Olympic. Stoshchevsky. Put it back in the mixer. Oh, Larkin's off his line. He's dropped it in the end, but under the pressure of Lachlan Scott, who is adjudged to have been fouling the keeper. Yeah, Canberra Olympic coach Frank Cashier just saying, let's calm things down. You just feel a bit of frustration too creeping in for Wollongong. Not having things all their own way. I know how badly they want to make a mark in this competition, given things didn't go to plan in the NPL New South Wales. So too Canberra Olympic. They also bounced out. Saw Gungahlin lift the trophy. Two sides they really accounted for pretty easily in the regular season. Tigers FC and Gungahlin, but finals is a very different beast, as both of these sides know, as Guy Knight does expertly well work his way past three defenders. Thomas James starting to have more of an impact on things. You know the talent he is. Magic. Captain turns it back. Just feel the Wolves are starting to grab the game back in their control. Out enthused for the first 20-25 minutes, but the last 10 or so, it's been the Wolves with all the chances. And Griffin, he and Callahan combined. Not for the first time down this flank. Taylor McDonald. Thomas James. Loves to drift into wide areas. Gets in behind here. McDonald. Chance here for Wollongong. Larkin saves well. Scott's there. Olympic scamper it clear. Bounce of the ball. Not going the Wolves' way. One of those that could have just bounced straight up for Lachlan Scott. Credit the work defensively of Canberra Olympic. Littler. Griffin, nice work. Skip his way past Faust, and it will be a free kick, which they take quickly. Stoshchevsky, is he going to size this one up? Magic on the scene. Kofi Danning fouled. I mentioned that expectation, given Capital Football have never beaten a Football New South Wales side. Well, 4 Football New South Wales sides have won this NPL final series. Sydney United 58 twice, Blacktown City FC and Bonnyrigg. So Wollongong, they want to add their name to that list. Have won national titles before. Of course, in the NSL, 2-time champions. One of the greatest grand finals I think we've ever seen in Australian football. Here's Popovich. There's Danning in support. Wolves done a good job of restricting him to this right flank, although he shows his involvement there. Faust gets bodied off it. Now Callahan. Been impressive today. Luke Wilkshire not happy. He felt Callahan was fouled. Adrian Hunt playing advantage. In the end, they're going to have to be forced to settle for a throw. I think everyone assumed it would be a free kick. And that's why Luke Wilkshire isn't happy. Haven't quite found their groove today, Wollongong. Scott, can he put them in front as he works his way into the area? Gets close attention to McDonald. Numbers forming in the middle. James will reset for Wollongong. Now McDonald will just fire it into the area. Scott a chance. Larkin forced to come and punch. He's off his line too. Stoszewski on the follow-up. They are knocking on the door. They haven't got the result as yet. They wanted a corner. In the end, it'll go out for a throw, and Canberra Olympic, chance for them to breathe a sigh of relief, and that free kick will help them too. Price had to be careful with that header. Kofi Danning was in if he didn't get it right. Danning loses the physical contest to Griffin. Knight switches the perspective well. McDonald. Stoszewski drilled it to the forehead of James. Somehow he found a teammate. Scott's offside though. We spoke about the pressure of finals before. Expectation wasn't just Wollongong who struggled with that. Canberra Olympic, they scored 13 goals in 2 games before the finals, and then just scored 1 in the finals campaign after that. So goals really dried up come the finals. Nick Popovic, his suspension certainly helped that. Goes to show pressure and expectation can do wonderful things in football. Danny. It's Canberra Olympic applying the pressure. Popovic couldn't keep that one in, but I tell you what, he's being afforded space in the area. Eventually, he's going to take one of these opportunities, given the class he does have. Haven't seen too much out of Dominici yet. Dominici, of course, 17 goals this capital football season. Callahan, Canberra Olympic one offside. Been a little lax in their defending. Scott turns well. Lachlan Scott! It's magic from the striker. Stayed composed, turning well. And the work of Callahan, who's been a bright spot for Wollongong here today. And the Wolves, they've been mounting pressure. They finally get a result. And they will lead Canberra Olympic by a goal to 0. Well, Lachlan Scott didn't snatch at the chance. As I said, stayed composed, turned his man, and from there, striker of his quality, he's always going to see it past Larkin. And that's what the Wolves needed, mounting the pressure in the last period. Now they get their result. Now it's Canberra Olympic who have to find a way back. I've mentioned the history. Football New South Wales sides dominating capital football teams in this competition. Can they hit straight back? Faust. Caught them napping. Might open up here. Chance. Janshevsky thought he should just pull the trigger. Hangs it up to Popovic. Faust got there. They want a corner. They're going to get a goal kick. Well, just as Wollongong went ahead, very nearly, they go up the other end, concede. Throw to Wollongong. So as we edge closer to half-time, Wolves would love to add to that lead, make their life a little easier. Griffin. Callahan in space again. Good work though in cover from the bowlers. I'm very impressed by Callahan. He and Brendan Griffin, 2 standouts so far. Scott, whose name is up in lights with the goal. Here he is. Afforded space once again. Popovic has to come back and do the defending. They'll get a corner. So it's Stoshevsky to take. Delivery's been good today. Look for that far post run. Djordjevic and Littler, always the targets. They go in that direction. Too far for Djordjevic though. Eventually does reel it in the defender. Another corner. They do need to get organised. Larkin has come out punching once or twice. Defensive work again. Near post this time. Almost came all the way to McDonald. There's cries of handball as well. Little lax in getting it out. Griffin fires it back. Larkin watches that one go harmlessly wide. They have the bit in the teeth at the moment, the Wolves. They are searching for a second. Few spots of rain forming as Djordjevic and Littler clash heads in the end. Not too bad. Got away with it. Hard-headed defenders. Here's Reeve. Knight wins it back. Janchevsky beaten to possession. Scott tries to find James. If you're just joining us, Wollongong have the advantage thanks to Lachlan Scott. They lead by a goal to nil. Adam Santarossa here with you for this NPL Final Series quarter-final. Hasn't always been Wollongong in the advantage. Olympic had chances without anything really clear-cut. This man leading the charge, Popovic. Dominici's ball is cut down. Settle for a throw. Danny gets in behind, not for the first time today. Can he provide the service? Kelly in the middle. Dominici a target. Popovic and he combine. Dominici, first real sight at goal, gets another chance. There's cries of handball on McDonald. Adrian Hart waves those away. But that's first real sight of goal for Dominici. Nice work between he and Popovic. They are the real threats. Would like to see Kofi Dunning just take on his defenders. You know the pace he has. Price's ball needed to be intercepted. It falls here to Scott. Chance here for the Wolves. He's already got one today. He goes down in the area. Penalty. Well, just as he was about to pull the trigger, he was clipped from behind. It was Lasse Ulrich and Adrian Arndt, well placed again, pointed straight to the spot. And this is an opportunity to really hammer home their advantage. Thomas James, no surprise, the golden boot of the NPL New South Wales. He wants this one. So James v. Larkin. Here is James from the spot. It's emphatic from the spot, and Thomas James makes it 2-0 for Wollongong. Clinical penalty, and the Wolves stretch their lead to 2-0. And Thomas James, a name Capital Football know very well. He gives them a timely reminder of his goal-scoring feats. And that just heightened the pressure on Canberra Olympic. And how often do you see it? Went close at the other end. And then the Wolves earn themselves a penalty, and luck has been in for them today. Now you can see the confidence they're playing with. They got two. They want more goals. It's that strike force of Scott and James doing the job here already. Two 2-0 at half-time. Probably does flatter Wollongong a little bit, though, given Olympic well and truly in the contest. James, they don't want to concede again here. Olympic, Price's ball, searching for Scott. Ulrich, not a convincing clearance, but works its way out anyway. Griffin concedes the throw. Danny. There's Popovic. They've certainly tightened up on him in these last 15 or so minutes. Ball goes astray there from Janchevsky. Well, just back on that penalty from Thomas James, I don't think Larkin could have done too much with it. Power behind it. Always destined for that top corner. All confidence from Thomas James. What happens when you've got 22 goals in the regular season? Stojchevsky. Has Callahan in support. Going to go on his own though. Scott there. Flag will go up against him though. So attention starts to turn to the fourth official. Time almost up here at Albert Butler Memorial. Good news if you're a Wollongong fan. They have the advantage by 2-0. Here's Griffin. James. Was he fouled? Yes, he was, according to Adrian Arndt, our referee. Fourth official indicates 1 minute of time added on, so not too long. Almost at half time. Here's Scott. Gave the Wolves our opening goal today. Trying to link with McDonald. Didn't give up the fight, the defender. Support in the middle. James the target. Huge chance here. He puts it over the bar. Well, 3-0 at half time. Very nearly good night and thank you. Striker of his quality probably should have made it 3-0, given the form he's in this year. Maybe I'm too harsh a marker. Danny. Megic, Popovic. Still have the quality to turn this one around. Megic helps it forward. Almost fell to Faust. Didn't give up the fight. Here is Megic. Sends it in, trying to search for Danning. Not a convincing clearance. Janchevsky fouling though. And that'll take us to half-time at Albert Butler Memorial. And good news for the Wollongong Wolves. They were made to fight for it early. Canberra Olympic started the stronger. Certainly showed their want, more physical of the two in the opening 15 or so minutes. But as the half went on, Wollongong showed their quality and they eventually got their result. Lachlan Scott making it 1-0. Then a penalty slammed home from Thomas James. It's the Star Strikers doing the job at half-time. It's the Wollongong Wolves 2, Canberra Olympic 0. In just a moment.
for talk is over. It's time for Australia to get that spot. "45 meetings between these two, but the tone was set, wasn't it? All the way back, even before season one, but they've been going at it pretty hard.
He rises nicely and steers the ball down and into the back of the net.
Wonderful setting, sellout crowd, two best teams in the country. What an occasion we have. They score this one and they are the champions. Sydney FC are the champions of Australia. This original rivalry, always a keenly contested affair. There's nothing quite like this fixture.
It's an honor for us as coaches to work for this kind of club. I'm very thankful for this chance.
He rises nicely and steers the ball down and into the back of the net.
I love playing here and I'm going to love managing here as well. The attitude and the ambition of everyone's been first class. The games, you can't go quick enough for me.
How about that for a finish?
How good is the Melbourne derby? This should be an absolute cracker. Brilliant goal!
What can McLaren do? Scores!
I'm excited for start this new experience. I'm happy.
The stage is set for the 21st Sydney derby.
A special night for the A-League.
Fabio hand went low, it's got in!
Sydney FC is the biggest club in the country, and I'm just very, very excited to be here.
What a crucial game this is for both countries. How good is it to have the Socceroos back on home turf?
Yes, hello, welcome back to Albert Butler Memorial here in Wollongong. The Wollongong Wolves enjoying a 2-0 lead at half-time over Canberra Olympic. And history continuing as it has been in this competition. No capital football side has ever defeated a Football New South Wales side. Canberra Olympic were hoping to turn the tide. Not in the first 45 minutes. Luke Wilkshire, all smiles currently. Only had a brief chat to his players and he was back out talking to some of his substitutes who were warming up. So generally says he's pretty content with how things are going, and very nearly could have been 3-0. Thomas James with a golden chance just before half-time. You just have to look at the quality though. Canberra Olympic have in their side certainly capable of turning this one around, and we have seen some epics over the years in the NPL final series, so you can just never write a side of this quality off. Look for Popovic, Kofi Danning as well to get involved. They do really bang them in when they get a sniff of goal. Canberra Olympic, they scored 48 in just 18 regular season games. So it's a strike power they have. They haven't been able to turn one of their chances into a goal as yet, but they've got 45 minutes to turn this one around. And we sense they'll get a little more attacking in the second half as they try to fight back here against Wollongong. Here's Reeve. Finds his way past Scott. Kofi Danning still have swapped flanks, perhaps to get a little more involved and open things up for Jay Kelly. Dominici too. Two players we haven't seen too much of. Sloppy from Wollongong. Popovic. Magic. Important tackle from Chris Price. Almost hands it back though to Dominici. Djordjevic having to do the mopping up. There has been an area where Canberra have perhaps let themselves down. It's been defensively not tight enough on the likes of Lachlan Scott. Both Stashevsky and Callahan were afforded a lot of space too in midfield. Starting well here in this second half. Reeve with it. Might even try it on his right. Intelligent opening up here. Chance for Dominici. Goes down in the area. Thought he should have pulled the trigger. Not a bad effort, in fact, from Jay Kelly. And on a greasy afternoon like this, I think the mantra needs to be shoot on sight. A few drops of rain falling at half-time as well. Greasy football. Why not? Only takes a touch. Dominici there. Content to dribble it into the area. I would have just pulled the trigger myself, but that's why I'm in the commentary box. Popovic has Danning to aim for. Take two. They go in that direction. Danny's got himself clear. Just wouldn't sit for him. McDonald trying to do the job defensively. Danny stands up a couple. Was looking for a teammate in the middle. Janshevsky tidying up as he has done all afternoon. Popovic in behind again. Been a nightmare for the Wolves to contend with. Flag up though. If you are just tuning in, Wollongong Wolves 2-0 to the good. Lachlan Scott and Thomas James giving them the advantage. The lights start to take effect here at Albert Butler Memorial. Not the usual home ground of the Wolves. Griffin got James to aim for. We'll sit here. Cushions it well. It's 3. Flag stays down. James turns provider. And the Wolves help themselves to a third. Or rather easily in the end. Harry Callahan it is who finishes it off. And a nice reward for the midfielder who's been busy here this afternoon. Thought James would go on his own. 3-0 to Wollongong. And it's going to take some fight back to turn it around. And correction, in fact, it was James Stoshchevsky who helped it home. Still 3-0 nonetheless, and again, just as Canberra Olympic were fashioning a chance at the other end, they've clocked off a little. James in too much space. Stoshchevsky helped himself to probably the easiest goal he's going to score all season. And we are going to have a change. Now it's 3-0 to Kerua Carter to come on. Brendan Griffin to make way. Doing pretty good today, Griffin. And to Kerua Carter, he and Thomas James made the Football New South Wales Team of the Year. So Carter gets his opportunity now. Kofi Danning goes short. Kelly turning. Chance here. Passfield makes a good save down to his left. Can't clock off. Wollongong thinking the job's done. Even at 3-0. Popovic. Popovic turning them inside out. Finds the run of Kelly. He's got Danning in the middle. Magic. Still there for Canberra Olympic. 3-0 isn't really an indication of how this game has been. Wolves dominant, but not all their own way. Goal kick for them, though. Stoshchevsky. Lovely weighted ball forward again. James. 1 goal, 1 assist for him. As I mentioned, played in Capital Football with Canberra FC. Canberra Olympic players perhaps saying, not him again. Quite the foe for them in his time in Canberra. Win a corner here, Wollongong. Bit of confusion between Wolves players. I'm in that club as well because linesman said corner, but Adrian Hunt overruled. Goal kick. Well, one from Littler. Here's a Carter's first touch. McDonald can't find the run of Scott. Wouldn't surprise me to see Michael Piccolo soon. Spent a large part of the year in the first 11 in an attacking role. Carter fouled. Of course, every goal matters in this competition. So does every yellow card, given the formula to determine who will host the following weekend and through the tournament. So points are accrued for goals and they are taken off for cards as well. So it all matters in the end. Wolves don't want to take the foot off the pedal. They might have a fourth here. Almost sat up for Littler. Still there in the area with Scott. Has one today. Trying to find a teammate. They have a fourth now. They are doing it easy at the moment. And it's helped home by Nick Littler. I mentioned his goal-scoring prowess a little earlier. Not quite as special as they often are when he gets involved, but elementary from that kind of range. And it's 4-0 to Wollongong. Well, the winner of this one plays the winner of Heidelberg United and Perth SC. It's looking like it's going to be the Wollongong Wolves, and given it's a 4-0 lead, they'll more than likely host that. Not official by any means, but certainly the way things are going, so it could be back here next week to do it again. That's all to be determined. Janchevsky. I do feel a little sorry for Canberra Olympic. 4-0. Maybe the intensity's dropped off a little with the third goal. They're a better side than 4-0 suggests. Littler's touch was heavy. Dominici. Foul. Goes the way of Canberra Olympic. Magic helps it on to Bobulus. Goes with the long ball. Popovic, intelligent header. Kelly now has Danny to aim for in the middle too. Popovic, seen his skill on the ball today. Numbers forming in the middle. Plenty to aim for, but they're going to roll it all the way back. Now sent in the area. Can't see its way past Djordjevic. And free kick. Sees it all come to nothing again. Oh, any finals hangover for Wollongong, it's been dispelled. 4 goals. Oh, James showing his studs there on Danning. Doesn't want to get that wrong. Mentioned his history in the competition. He's been sent off here before. Could make an argument that that is a good sign at 4-0 that your striker is sliding in like that. Such is the desperation. They haven't given it things up at 4-0. Haven't put the cue back in the rack. Popovic, Danny, nice feet from the number 10. Those two doing it on their own at the moment. Popovic rolls it in the direction of Dominici. Lovely here from Canberra Olympic. What a goal that is. That's one for the highlights reel. Danny combines with Popovic. He rolls it to the feet of Dominici, and that's a sign of their class. Wollongong pulled apart defensively. 4-1. And do Canberra Olympic have a bit of life all of a sudden? Stranger things have happened in football. Can't shut up shop just yet. Plenty of time left. Don't want to be handing over possession that easily either. Kofi Danning. Does one suddenly become two? Janchevsky. Magic. Goal certainly has given them something to go off. Got their backs up all of a sudden. Wollongong seeing that one clear with McDonald. James though steals it in. Wins it back. Flag goes up on Scott. Here's Popovic. He's a real player from what we've seen today. Has had big raps on him from everyone you talk to around Capital Football, but only seen vindication of that with his performance today as the rain starts to intensify here in Wollongong. Maybe that mantra, shoot on sight, continues here today, given the conditions. Card coming, perhaps, to Lachlan Scott. Confirmation of that. And as I said earlier, they all matter, given the points tally to determine who plays hosts next weekend. So it was looking good at 4-0, 4-1 and a few cards. Suddenly Heidelberg or Perth SC put some goals away. You can suddenly be going interstate. Oh, James certainly clattered off the ball there. So that battle rages on between he and Ulrich. Ulrich needs to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Here's Okada. I haven't seen too much of him. I thought Luke Wilkshire at 3-0 when he came on maybe wouldn't risk him, given he has had some injury issues through the finals. Showing no sign of that, the Japanese man. Stoshchevsky. Lovely ball in behind it. Won't sit for Scott though. Larkin off his line. Here's Danny. Popovic. Nice work between those two again. It was the pair pulling the strings for Olympics goal. Janchevsky just switches things. Kelly can shoot from range. Trying to play the pass for Dominici. And Wollongong are going to make their second change of the day. Maybe time to pull off one of the midfielders who's been working hard. It's fallen here for Dominici. Already got one today. Thought he might go on his own. Pulls it back to Kofi Danning. He's going to pull the trigger, Danning, and Passfield makes a good save down low given the conditions. Just haven't seen enough of that from Canberra today. Long ball. Paying dividends. Flag stays down. Larkin has to scamper. Support in the middle. Can James pick one of them out? Got it clear for now. Danger not over though. Callahan. James. Canberra one offside. Goes to the far post. Okada there. Can he find a fifth here for Wollongong? Okada across the face. Lachlan Scott. Just needed to tap it in. And he tapped it past the post. So we are going to get a change here for Wollongong. Harry Callahan, who's been very good today. He's going to play no further part in this one. Keep the powder dry perhaps for next weekend. So it's the number 6. Liam Wiley coming on, getting an opportunity. Thought we might see Stefan Domoski at some point today as well. Scored in their semi-final defeat to Sydney United 58. Was preferred in the starting side that day. Only played around 35 minutes, the youngster, before he was substituted. Here's Canberra though, making things happen all of a sudden. Oh, the delivery needed to be better. Faust it was. Couldn't pick out Danning. They also have another good young striker in Buljuach to call upon as well. Wollongong, so time will tell what cards Luke Wilkshire plays, but he's pretty happy with what he's seeing so far. Here's While going forward, might sit up for the number 6. Was he fouled? Wollongong players think so. Wiley brushes himself off, and again it was Ulrich who is still on a yellow and surely on the last chance. Larkin hands it straight back to Scott. Has one today. Wolves coming in support. Scott doing it on his own. Larkin saves well. Okada. Not for the first time today. Canberra Olympic just handing the ball back in that final third. Wolves do the same here though. Popovic, most dangerous man on the pitch. Need a release. Dominici, Kelly was clear. Had the speed advantage. Kelly nicks it past. Chance here, Dominici. Showing his skill, Dominici. Passfield saved well. Second time of asking. We're seeing Dominici come more and more into the game. No surprise he's the golden boot. 2 chances, very nearly 2 goals. Behind is tuning in. Wollongong 4, Canberra Olympic 1. Game starting to open up as players fatigue. Both have been in action in recent weeks. Not competitive games, so not quite the intensity. It's Canberra Olympic, though, looking the fresher. They try to find a way back. Kelly throwing the body about. Okada says, not today, as he crunches the Japanese midfielder. Bad tackle, and there's a bit of afters, too. Don't want to do anything silly. It's a clear yellow card. Maybe a bit of frustration from Kelly, and clear foul in front of the referee, and Wollongong fans not happy. Rightfully so, a card to Jay Kelly, but in terms of mistimed / malicious, probably more on the mistimed. In my book anyway. Wolves hunting for more goals. Crumbs here, fall for James. Thought he might try it on his own. He hangs it up there. Very nearly rolls in. So they got in the way, Larkin and Lobolis. Going to go with a short corner here. Stojcevski. Support coming in the middle. It's all Canberra Olympic there, though. Faust leaves it. Magic. In fact, it's Dominici back there. Here is Magic. Rides the tackle well. I'm sure there's some NPL New South Wales managers watching this one. There might be some calls made to some of these Canberra Olympic players. Certainly this man. I'd be lining up. Nick Popovic. We saw Thomas James make the jump last season. Love to see Popovic join him. Wishful thinking anyway. Sure, Canberra Olympic fans saying, no, you're not having him. Wiley. James. Had Stojcevski with him. Links with his midfielder now. Can he keep it in? Stojcevski has to stretch. Almost comes all the way through, but couldn't quite keep it from going out for a goal kick. And Canberra Olympic are going to make a change of their own momentarily. And that man I spoke of a little earlier, Michael Piccolo it is, who's going to come on. So it's attacking-minded substitution. Maybe for someone like Kelly, who just went in the book a few moments ago. Board's going up now. And it's going to be a defender for an attacker, in fact. So Michael Reeve to make way. Michael Piccolo to come on. why not at 4-1? Here is Popovic. Only had Danning in the middle to aim for anyway, but Wolves saw the ball clear. Well, if you're only glancing at the scoreline, you'd suggest it's been fairly one-sided. Not so here today. Canberra Olympic had their moments. Piccolo. This could be a beauty first touch for him. Piccolo! He probably should have pulled a goal back. Lovely link between he and Kelly. And Piccolo just put it agonisingly over the bar. Well, there's a way to put your name up in lights. First touch, 1-2, and almost found it home. McDonald fouls Danning. Piccolo certainly getting himself about, trying to get him behind Nick Littler on that occasion. Still plenty of time for both sides to find more goals. Wiley has support in the middle. Okada's there, can't hit either. All the way to Chris Price. He's got a left boot on him, thought he might try it. Stoshchevsky, one today. Searching for a second, Stoshchevsky. And there's one for the Ball Boys to chase. Looks as though Stefan Demoski won't be too far away either, so maybe a time for Lachlan Scott or Thomas James to put things on ice for next week. Janchevsky now. Can't find Popovic, just slipped. McDonald. Here's Guy Knight. Such a rock in the centre of the park, and good distribution as well. Finding Scott, allowed to turn again. Almost allowed to find Stoshchevsky. Scott fouling though. It's his goal that really opened the door for Wollongong. It's Canberra Olympic who enjoyed the better of the first 20 minutes. Scott's goal opened things up. Thomas James penalty. And straight after half time, Wollongong went bang bang. Stoshchevsky and Littler with the goals. Canberra not going away though. Dominici tried to thread the pass. It looks like he may have even picked up a bit of an injury there as he tried to play it. Has stayed down after it too. Not a good sign for Canberra Olympic. Just as he tried to roll it with the side of his foot, could have twinged a groin perhaps. And sportingly, the ball's put out for Dominici. Hopefully he's okay. Already has a goal today. From my vantage point anyway, looks more of a knee issue. Leave it for the professionals, and Frank Keisha communicating with him on the sideline saying, your call, if you want to continue, we'll leave you on there. So change now for the Wolves. It's going to be Lachlan Scott to make way. One goal today and involved in the others as well. Player that did battle some knee injuries in the final rounds of the NPL New South Wales and showed today he's back to full fitness. And Stefan Demoski He gets his chance. Bit of a late cameo. Mentioned the shop window open for these players with A-League clubs still finalising their squads for the new season. Lachlan Scott, one of those that wants to return there, the former Western Sydney Wanderers man. 12 goals in the regular season, certainly helped his cause. They're going to make another change too, Canberra Olympic. So maybe that Dominici doesn't continue, and he certainly is hobbling as he gets on the ball here with Popovic. Not a bad touch for someone not quite at full fitness. Has to be set. Here's Ulrich. Demoski looking to press. Piccolo. Touch too much for Bobolas. They're in behind here again though. Demoski showing his pace. Doesn't have any support. Waits for it to present itself. Might go on his own here, Demoski. James, a target. Willie. Linking well. McDonald will overlap. Fire it in the mixer. Demoski the target. Hangs it up there. Almost sits for the striker. Demoski. Larkin makes a good save. Had to scramble. It fell to the feet of the youngster. He very nearly helped himself to a goal. And Larkin, who has been a little unfortunate at times in goals today. Luck was on his side on that occasion. Now going to make another change. It is going to be that man, Stefan Dominici. No need to make the injury worse, although he does run off the ground. And Eli Darwich gets an opportunity. So they got a goal from Dominici. And I'm sure there'll be plenty more in the coming seasons. And what a goal it was. Combination between he, Popovic and Danning. Certainly a magical moment here today. Does start to draw the curtain too on the Frank Keisha era here at Canberra Olympic. If this result doesn't go their way, what an era it has been. Certainly done a tremendous job, and such a refreshing brand of football they play as Wollongong likewise look for more goals. Ulrich on the scene again. Here's James dropping deep to get on the ball. Trying to get the pass back from Okada, but fouling all that. So move into the final 10 minutes of normal time here at Albert Butler Memorial. If you are just joining us, Wollongong 4, Canberra Olympic 1. They don't invite them in here. There could be a fight back on, a chance for Eli Darwich. Pasfield still out parading his defenders. Not happy. Even at 4-1. Don't want to gift opportunities to the visitors, who, to their credit, have not stopped fighting. Wiley. Guy Knight. Lovely weighted ball. Sits up here for James. He was unselfish again. Try to cushion it for Demoski. Most golden boots in a sight of goal. Just have a lash from there, but We've seen Thomas James already provide an assist. Is there another here for Wollongong? Slotchevsky's ball, cries of handball. Adrian Arndt was right there. Waves them away. Popovic, nice work from the striker. Kofi Danning has support coming. Piccolo's one of the Magic. Going to pull the trigger with the right Magic. Just sliced at it under the pressure from the Wolves defence. And the opponent awaiting is either Heidelberg or Perth SC. As I said before, the formula: goals scored, cards as well. It all determines who will play host. Could be the Wolves again, who do play their fixtures at Wynn Stadium normally. Play a couple of games here throughout the 2019 season, so not unfamiliar for them. The way things have gone today, pretty happy to come back, I think. Taken quickly, Tomoski offside. Let's watch this space in terms of next week. For all those details, though, nationalpremierleagues.com.au. Ulrich puts the body on the line again. Credit to him, he's always there. Crossing cover, doing his job as every good defender does. Popovic. Jenchevsky. Kelly dropping back. Knight can't link with James. It's good viewing at the moment if you're a Wollongong Wolves fans, but don't be disheartened if you're a Canberra Olympic supporter. The result may not go their way today, but it's certainly showing the talent they do have. As I said earlier, it's not a true reflection of the game. They're certainly in it at points. And a bit of luck would have been very different. Wolves did take their chances, though. James, McDonald putting the passes together. Demoski just trying to work on the shoulder of his man. Links well with James. McDonald. Wolves looking for a fifth. Into the area he goes. Okada. Thought he might bend one on the left boot. Canberra Olympic look to make their final change. Knight, McDonald's offside. So third and final change coming, and it's going to be Nick Popovic, who has done a stellar job for his team today. Saw how much they missed him in the final series. He's certainly a quality player and shown that. And I think his mobile might ring hot in the coming days, given what he's done today. And he checks out. Sean Pateman gets a chance. Laid on. Is there a chance at more goals for them? Deserving of it. Knight. Here's Price. Final moments here in Wollongong. More goals perhaps for the Wolves. Wouldn't sit for James. Surprise, surprise. Lasse Ulrich there again in cover. Slotchevsky. Knight with it. Okada. Real press on from Canberra Olympic. You see Knight all the time in the world to pick a pass. Does so to McDonald. Wiley. No risk stuff at the moment from Wollongong. As I say that, they turn it over. Piccolo. Turning. There's Darwich with him. Piccolo going to go on his own for now. Faust. Piccolo again. First touch was nearly a goal. Magic. Kelly. Might eye it off. Played the percentages though to find Pateman. Danning. Nice build up again from Canberra Olympic. Turning well is Danning. Good tackle though in cover. Nick Littler. And I'll concede the corner. There's an Olympic player down, so chance to check on him. It's looking as though that track record of Football New South Wales sides, V Capital football sides, is going to continue. No Capital football side has defeated Football New South Wales opposition in this tournament. Football New South Wales representatives are the most prolific in terms of National Final Series titles. There is a bit of talk, though, of Campbelltown City being the team to beat this season. And Thomas James predicted during the week, a little cheekily perhaps, that it would be the Wolves versus Campbelltown City in the final. So one step of the way there. And it's Faust, who's a little ginger. Got a pronounced limp on that right foot as he leaves the field, but they can't make any more changes. They've used all three substitutes. Chance for Olympic though. Danning's delivery goes all the way to the far post. Get a second bite at it here, Danning. Hangs it in the area. Delivery's good to the far post. Support was coming late, but can't quite turn it into an opportunity. Wolves going the other direction. James. Lovely little flick to Wiley. Demoski trying to stay on side. That's why Wiley had to go on his own. McDonald. Price. Gives Okada something to chase. It'll sit here for the Japanese midfielder. Was surprised when he came on Okada. I thought Wilkshire might just keep him in ice. Game was 3-0. But wanting him to get some miles in the legs perhaps. Lovely touch again. Sit here for Wiley. Demoski, they get in each other's way. Still there for Wollongong. Demoski, did he handball? It's gone in anyway. And I think the goal's going to stand. Well, there's laughs all around in the Wollongong direction. Seemed to strike the hand of a Wolves player, but it is a goal in the end. Stefan Demoski gets in on the act. He made hard work of it. It counts nonetheless. And Demoski, he now has 2 in 2. His cameos in the top team. And there will be more to come. Probably a little hard done by, I'd have to say there, Canberra Olympic. Not their day today. We'll chalk it up as Demoski's goal anyway. And is there a 6th, perhaps? Would be cruel. Demoski. James peeling off. Going to sit here for the striker. He's fouled too. So Stoszczewski over it. Can they help themselves to a 6? Knight's delivery. Larkin, good save. Tough afternoon for Rory. Knight wins the physical battle in midfield, not for the first time today. Final moments here. Fourth official has the board in hand, so can't be long left. Is there more goals for Wollongong? McDonald's ball can't find James. Stoszczewski stayed down after that collision with Darwich. Maybe just a knock on a cold day. Here's Danning. Support presenting. Darwich it is, full of running late. Danning goes central. Janchevski just holds it up for the moment. Magic goes with a long ball, but too much on that. We're going to have 3 minutes of time added on. Wolves not satisfied with 5. They want more. It is a consequence of the formula they do use to determine home field advantage in the NPL final series. Teams don't sit on results. They push for more goals. Dymowski did well to stay behind. Clearly fouled by Lasse Ulrich, who is on a yellow, as I've harped on today. Not for the first time. Some spirited tackles from the defender. Still asking the question of the linesman. And everyone goes forward for Wollongong. Littler and Djordjevic. Tall timber. Dispatched. Can they get on the end of things here? James will link with Knight again. We'll do it all over once more. Knight hangs it up there. Delivery's good. It almost comes to Littler. Dymowski on the scene again. There's been a free kick though in all of that. Dymowski looks up, has no one ahead of him, going to go on his own. Was he fouled? No, says referee. Much to the chagrin of the young Wolf. Here's a testament to what Wollongong have done with their squad this year. They do have such quality youth coming through. Stefan Dymowski, one of those. Buljawach, another. If they can keep this side together, they're going to be a real contender again in 2020. But NPL final series job to do. Job done here today. But Heidelberg United and Perth SC are not going to be pushovers either. On Canberra Olympic. This would be the start of the off-season, but much celebration too for Rinkeshu's time at the club. What they've achieved. They should be proud of their season too. Scoreline doesn't reflect perhaps the fight they put up today. There it is, full time. Job done for the Wollongong Wolves. They have fired 5 past Canberra Olympic, and it was Thomas James and Lachlan Scott, the two twin strikers who got the job done in the first half. They led 2-0 at the break, but they really put the foot down after half-time. It was James Stoszczewski, Nicholas Littler, Stefan Dymowski as well getting in on the act, but the highlight, you have to say, Canberra Olympic, their goal was a treat to watch and hopefully finds its way to social media and the highlight reel, because it's one we want to see over and over again. It was a bright spot on a frustrating afternoon. The result certainly didn't go their way, but perhaps in the end, scoreline does flatter the Wolves a little. Not as one-sided as it suggests, but still credit to the Wolves for their dominance here today. They will live to fight another day. Heidelberg United or Perth SC await. The NPL final series will roll on again. Adam Sanzarossa here, thanking you for your company. Full-time, Wollongong Wolves 5, Canberra Olympic 1.